Shivaya. Shorthand dictation, 80 words per minute, 7 minutes speed. Passage number 39, National Shorthand School Book, Visakhapatnam, code SLVOC. Code SLVOC. Now, 10 seconds, 5 seconds.
సైలెంట్లో కూడా పెట్టమని మామూలు ఫోన్ నోటిఫికేషన్స్ వస్తాయి. వైఫై మీద వచ్చి రాయండి. వైఫై ఆన్ ఉంటుంది, నెట్లో ఉండేవి రావా?
ఎలా ఏం చేయాలి దాన్ని?
సైలెంట్లో పెట్టు.
సైలెంటా? అది ఎక్కడ సైలెంట్? ఇందులో ఉందా?
నిశ్శబ్ద మోడ్ ఏదో ఉంటుంది.
నిశ్శబ్ద మోడ్
అదిగో అక్కడ గంట సింబల్లో ఉంటుంది పైనే. రెండోది అదే రెండోది
ఇదా
కింద ఇందులో రెండోది ఇది
ఇదా గంట ఆపేనా? చాలా
చాలు.
నడిచిపోతుందా? రైట్. ఎస్. ఓం నమ శివాయ. షార్ట్ హ్యాండ్ డిక్టేషన్, 80 words per minute, 7 minutes speed. Passage number 39, National Shorthand School Book, Visakhapatnam, code SLVOC. Now, 5 seconds. Now write down. Yesterday, I had just moved for consideration of this very important bill. I think, in all fairness to this house, I should say that, but for the unfortunate illness on the part of the finance minister, this bill would have been piloted by him, a much abler person to do this job than myself. I hope this house will bear with me and take my deficiencies with some amount of indulgence. It is a great pleasure for me. In fact, I consider it to be a proud privilege to be put in charge of piloting this bill. I consider this as one of the most important measures presented before this house in recent years, and to be considered passed by this house. This bill apparently wants to take over the Imperial Bank of India, and I feel that to all purposes, this is a bill for nationalizing this bank. I do not like to enter into the controversy at present, but for brevity's sake, I shall be using the term nationalization, and I hope and trust the members would not object to it. You will all agree that this is a very important measure. Yourself, the father of this house, and quite a number of other members have expressed a desire repeatedly to this effect. I can say, perhaps, without any fear of contradiction, that so far as this is concerned, there is absolute unanimity in this house, and I expect that there will be a fair amount of unanimity in the whole of the country. So far as the bill is concerned, I may be permitted to say this is a very important bill. It embodies the aspirations and the desires of the members of this House and of the public in the country. The nationalization is not the only purpose of this measure. Perhaps the more important thing is the rural credit structure that will follow this bill. This House has many a time expressed its anxiety about the rural credit, and rightly so, because all is not well in that regard, and by this bill government is determined to do something tangible. There have been many allegations about the privileges enjoyed by the bank and the services it was rendering to the public and the nation at large. Perhaps most of the allegations are not justified, and even if they were so, that would only add to the reasons. Sir, it will be a great relief to pensioners if the government permitted them to retain the government accommodation occupied by them for the rest of life and payment of usual rent and charges. Pension is rightly regarded as deferred pay which a pensioner earns while in active service and draws during his passive service. After rendering a long and efficient active service, a person on retirement inherits all the rights and obligations vested in him as government employee. He continues to be governed by conduct rules and other services, rules and regulations. Therefore, in all fairness, the government must in turn accord due recognition to his rights, including the right to retain the allotted accommodation for the rest of life, and to that and amend the allotment rules suitably. The government must see to it that retired employees are not deprived of the government accommodation at the fag end of life when they need it most. Yours faithfully. That's all. That is the speed of 80 words per minute, 7 minutes speed. That's all. Om Namah Shivaya.